war out there every day. You can't hide from me. You gotta pray for the rules pretty cool. Got an out in the face of this other street. When your friends and boss look like on the face of it, they miss the history, but they fight all the place in it. Yeah, they fight all the place in it. Had it other times, they just have the love goes by. I know it's not just what you say, but there ain't no other way. So step on up to the place. Need your faith, what can spread on into the light of us. Step on up to
Hello, welcome one and all for this one but many more show match to come. I'm joined by Anther.
Hello. Hello.
Hello. I also
How are
want
you
to
doing
give
today,
a
Sid?
what's up. I also like to thank Wow for being the production man and helping set the stream up. But we're here for a Monash Majors versus Monash Merchants show match, best of 7. I can't wait for this, man.
Yeah, we've been talking about this for a long time. Like, the season of AOL season 1 just finished this year, and, people's got a bit more free time in their hands. But this is probably going to be one of the more exciting matches this year as well.
Definitely. I legit don't know which team is going to win. I think both teams have their strengths, both teams have their weaknesses, and both teams are looking different to what they initially went to AoE. But I think both teams are prepared and both teams are excited for this show match.
Yeah, definitely. Especially since our last show match, I felt like was a really great success. It was really close. It was a lot of fun. It had a cut short, of course, but now we have a proper format, and let's jump right into and talk about the teams first, or
I think map pool.
yeah, map pool first. Yeah,
Up to you, production.
let's see. Yep, we're talking
Alright,
about
so
map
it's
pool
map
first.
pool.
Yeah. So
Yeah.
yeah, go ahead, Sid.
Okay, I'll take it from here. Best of 7. So pretty much what that means is the team that wins 4 maps. It doesn't have to be in a row, just 4 maps in general will win the game. And the how we're doing the map pool is the first map is Ilios Control, next one is Escort Hybrid, and so we've sort of given teams 2 maps like the AOE format to choose from, but of course there'll be different maps, and the loser of the last map will choose the next one.
Yeah, very straightforward. I'll just go through the maps in order real quick. So map 1 is Ilios, map 2 we have Junkertown Shambali, map 3 Kingsborough Eichenwald, map 4 Esperanza Colosseo, and then map 5 is Flashpoint is going to be Surabasa New Junk City, map 6 and 7 will be like the remaining 3 maps, and then yeah, tiebreaker map if needed, but we'll see. I don't expect there to be any draws anywhere, but I do expect this to be a pretty close series in general.
Definitely, the last map I believe like 5 and 6 or 6 and 7 sort of allow the remaining teams to choose whatever maps they want. Gives them a bit of freedom and a bit of strategy in this.
All right, perfect. All right, let's look at the teams, shall we? Let's look at the majors first. All right, for the majors, we have Panda on the tank here, subbing in for Joker, who's unavailable today, the Supreme Gamer Overlord. On DPS, we have both Mikkel and Russo. Russo, a late addition to the team, but really strong player, and Mikkel's been around for a while. We have Chirpy, Ajax Connoisseur. Sorry, the name's yep, slightly wrong, but it's fine. And then we have McChicken on support. Chirpy and McChicken, of course, a very classic support backline that's been around for a while for the majors.
Definitely, the fun matches, as does their playstyle. But you gotta say it properly, Panda, Supreme Gamer Overlord. That's his official title. But of course, he is subbing for Joker, who couldn't make it, unfortunately. But he is still, Panda has still previously played for majors, subbing in whenever he can. So yeah, this all checks out.
Yeah.
But yeah, just to talk about the season, obviously, it's not the season that they would have wanted. I think due to like a lot of reasons, but I think the key takeaway is at the end of, or by the end of the season, there's a lot of bright spots. For example, Russo, I had no idea he existed until like halfway through the season. But like when I did, you could instantly tell he has something special.
Yep, definitely. Russo, yeah, when we also just saw him the first time, like early in the season in our, what do you call it, our games nights, and he had a lot of potential, and it's great that he came into towards the end of the season to help the team and bolster the forces, I guess. All right, should we talk about merchants then, student?
Yeah, Merchants, the newer team, they have Jake on the ball, Go on the Echo, Pikachu, who's a Pokemon VGC player, quite impressive, on the Farah, Apex, Apex on the Zen, and Scorched on the Kiri. This team sort of has a pretty good identity around them, in that they have one thing that they're trying to accomplish, and that's to turn every game into a death match, which is probably what you're gonna expect. They don't want to fight normal Ryan v Ryan or just standard like monkey v monkey. They're just gonna play deathmatch, and you're either gonna die to it, or you're either gonna be able to resist the full-on dive and counteract with it. And I think that's sort of the key matchup we're gonna see here, because Jake on the ball, go on the Echo. They're gonna go straight for probably the cast by Russo, and it's up to Majors to be able to peel him off and let him sort of be that carry. But yeah, if I think you sub for Merchants on one map, just give us your thoughts on how you think the team went.
Yeah, definitely a team that really tries on the chaos, especially since they do have Jake on the ball. Probably for people watching the stream, one of the more familiar faces of our like Monash history, I guess. Everyone else is actually a new face that just joined us this season. And yeah, it's just fun. It's a lot of fun playing with them. But yeah, can get a little chaotic, and exactly as you said, turns into a deathmatch.
Definitely, a new team formed, and between Sinji, like normally you'd think a new team, takes a while to synergize, but I think this team has done very well. Honestly, like comparing the first game to how they are now, they've changed a lot and they've grown a lot, and I'm excited for that because typically you'd think Majors has advantage being a longer team, and in the case of like scrims and whatnot, that was the case. But I think the past couple of scrims, Merchants have definitely had the upper hand.
Yeah, definitely. But yeah, of course, Merchants unfortunately missing one of the star players as well, Six, who I'm not super sure, but I think he went back home, and went back home and is unable to play for this tournament. But Ghost Goat and Pikachu both still very strong players, and expect a lot out of them.
I mean, sort of, you got to take Six being out does hurt because he is sort of the star player of this team. However, if Six is out, it sort of provides an opportunity. in Six's hero pool, he was mainly hit scan. He had a tracer, but Pikachu on DPS, who he was originally, but moved to support when Six came in. Pikachu's quite flexible. It's also pretty, surprisingly, I should say, pretty good captain. In that he can play what's needed. He can play the Farah, he can play the Widow, he can play the Reaper. Just sort of, I don't want to say silly hero specialist, but he can play a lot of heroes which you wouldn't expect from him.
Yeah, seems like very two different teams here. The play styles of Mages being very solid in the core mechanics, and then Merchants bringing a bit of chaos. So it'll be interesting to see how these two styles clash against each other for sure.
Yep, definitely. And just waiting on both teams. I believe they are ready and good to go. Let me just double check. Or let me just ask both teams if they're ready.
Mhm.
But yeah, Elias, who do you think the map was going to favor, Ampha?
Well, Ilios, historically not the most amazing ball map, which is, I mean, it's easy to just assume Jake is going to roll on the ball, but definitely a stronger dive map, which Panda is pretty comfortable on those dive tanks. But of course, Ilios is also very historically very, very popular Farah Echo map, and if Ghostgo has that in his pocket, could be really troublesome for the Mages to deal with.
Definitely. And as we are starting with both teams are locking in, and let's see what they both went out with.
Yep.
Honestly, I told both teams get creative, because this is not like the typical map pool. So I told both teams get creative, but not too creative, just creative enough to win.
Yeah, definitely. And we're starting out on Lighthouse here, which of course, very strong echo map, better than Ruins and better than I forgot what's the other map called already. Well, right, it is Well. But yeah, we don't see a Mercy pocket come up from Merchants though, unless they want to switch to it. And we see Kiri Moira, of course, just a lot of. I think this is very like. It's like a very powerhouse club. There's a lot of flyers. I mean, they know the Mercy of course, but the Moira Kiri of course very, very difficult to kill. Probably one of the two most difficult spots to kill, and it's just trying to create as much chaos as possible. See that right away.
Yeah, here we go. Both teams diving risk, so instantly gets picked off here. Panda on the dive onto the Kiri, forces up the TP, Scorch now quite low. Sends extension onto Apex, who does TP. Merchants, as we see early here, are just diving in, and Mages unable to handle it.
Yeah, Mages rolling on the low ground there. Russo just getting called out so very easily by both the Farah and the Echo there. But yeah, Merchant's gonna take the first point control here and gives them a good setup here for both the Farah and the Echo. Both them out.
Yeah, we can always see Pikachu hyping himself up. He is him. That'll love like confidence. Sometimes just be too confident, but now we see Mages going in, or Merchants I should say. They kind of poke out here. Panda going for the dive, wants to score. Also another TP. Can he finish off the kill? Doesn't seem like it. He's now trying to zone off both flyers, and goes down. Risso slops onto the soldier here.
Yep, Pikachu taking on really low as well. Pikachu. I'm not sure whether he fell from that, but he's died to himself. But Russo managed to find a good healing circle in the Scorch, and Rangers all directly to clean up. Taken on really low. Gonna get taken out by Jake, but Jake is just gonna get taken out in turn, and Rangers take control back on the point.
The duality of the DPS players. I'm him, and then someone dies off the edge of
I'd love to see the Kiami classic confidence coming out from Pikachu for sure. And now Mages definitely a bit slow on the rotate here. They're stuck on the low round here, but we'll see whether they can capitalize on this positioning. Chicken Lucio Jeppy take it out quite low. Mikkel take it almost taken out by Farah. Killed by the concussion blast. Apex takes out Jeppy in the backline, and Legend seems to be holding this pretty well.
Yeah, it seems like he can cap. That's quite clever by Pikachu. You wouldn't expect it, but a lot of times when he plays Farah, he loves to use the E. I don't really quite remember what the ability is called. Maybe Concussion Blast?
Concussion Blast, yeah.
Concussion Blast is like an aggressive tool instead of like a defensive one. And he does offer the surprising amount of damage. Pikachu might go for the barrage here, looking for Jersey. It's low, however, not needed.
Yeah, of course, running with Kiri and Moira both very difficult to heal the Farah and Echo, except for the Kiri. Of course, Moira historically very difficult, so you can see Apex just running into the backline and doing damage because that's pretty much what he knows he can do. You see the outs here coming out of both teams, and the primal just now. Chirpy almost loses his life there, but yeah, about 9 outs in total for every single team, for both teams. All outs available for the Merchants, and we'll see what they do with it.
Fireworks are gonna happen. Let's see which one. First one, 1, 2. Panda for the tank experience. He's in there by Chicken. But from the visor in the Kazune. This is good here. Oh, no one's taking against Pikachu. Good bait by Chirpy. I'm a bit late there. Doesn't save. So is it the target? Ball moves on. Chirpy just trying to look for someone to shoot at. Have a good stick onto Ghost Goat. Have a Minkle is taken down. So is Chirpy.
Yeah, Ultimate's flying left and right there, but of course Merchants come out on top. Jake still has the mindset as well, the copy from Ghost Goat. Panda just left alone to solve her, but he managed to find both spots outside of Merchants. Panda gets taken down in return, but still alive. Russo touches got 9 Nickel, has stalled a bit more, is taken down quite dangerously low force with recall here, and is looking to send the Farah. And Pikachu seems going to get their kill, both spots left on the side of Rangers, and Chicken has to go in touch. Gets killed by the mines as well, just too strong there. The control of the point there from Jake, and Merchants take the first point.
Nicely done by Merchants. They could have sensed it. They did sense it. In fact, that it was grasping the victory. It was grasping out of their hands. Both supports get taken down. Offers a win condition potentially for Mages. Have a Merchant just be able to clutch up. Good shot by Pikachu. That needed to happen. Mikko stays live there. He can stall around. He can coordinate dive with Panda.
Yeah, definitely. I will hopefully want to see some swaps coming up here from the Mages, of course. Like when you're talking about double flyer here, like both the Farah and the Echo, sometimes it's not enough just to have the hit scan, of course. Panda ideally would be on the Diva, also another tank that helps support against flying characters, but you see Merchants here actually running something different. Instead, Jake dying on the Hog, we'll see if he sticks with it. We have Apex and Scorch on the Seal Zen. Pikachu running the May, and Mages still running the same comp.
I mean, Mages are not going to be expecting this at all. We'll see how much value this Hog gets. It doesn't really offer Panda anything nice. They might just exploit immediately. Well, what's they call out? Russo dead early here. That's a key damage. That's all the pressure onto Ghost Goat and gone instantly. And now you can see he's 5-ing off of that, gets Chirpy. And if he gets slow, he does get taken out by Panda. Good trade at the end. However, his whole team is backing out and he's by himself in the backline.
Yeah, Panda, of course, being on the Winston is a lot more difficult to dive on now. Onto the Hog, but of course if he does find the access, like that he gets hooked, he's able to get out. But yeah, because it makes it very difficult, but of course Lucio Zen, not the best sustain in the world, but Nico gets picked out early once again.
I mean, it's also a good best sustain fight. Who do you need to sustain? Everyone besides Vesco can like self-heal. It doesn't really need that help.
Oh yeah, but it's more like assisting each other. You know?
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, so it's up to Panda to find the access to the backpack here, but yeah. Russo actually just getting picked out by Russo.
He made it.
Yeah, he made it, he's back on it, and he's actually got a good position here, but he's going to take it out really low. Panda finds the kill on the copy. Ghost Goat comes out really early also, but does not capitalize on it. Panda jumping back now, looking at the Hog. Jake caught out a little bit out of position here. It's going to be focused on, and Russo lands 2 critical hits onto both May and the Hog, and now May just immediately left. Yeah, Scorch is going to be taken out, and May just get a clean capture at this point.
It definitely, there's one threat on the Mages that Merchants don't want, and that is Russo alive. If he is alive, if he has some space, he will hit heads. I think that's exactly what we saw there.
Yeah, very thankful for Mages as well. Yeah, no ults being used here. Merchants of course using the Echo. Yeah, Pikachu. Taken out a little bit low, but he's safe for now. He's just poking and prodding, and Panda finds a kill, a juggle kill onto the Echo. Pikachu taken down low, but he's getting pocketed by the Zed. And skills aren't showing, but he's forced to back off now. Russo finds Scorch in the back, and Panda's going to get out safely, and Merchants looks like they need to reset here.
Merchants looks like they're walking up here. They have chance. And they've been holding on to this Blizzard for a while here. Although in Peach's defense, we get a Blizzard. I guess he has his chat here. Oh, Champion gets one for the beat. That's what we like to see. Transports out, he does get stuck, and now Cole on the side of Mages, bait onto Merchants, and now both teams just have a lot of help here. Stricken takes down Ghost Goat, and then gets taken down so low. Jake about to have the ult here, could turn the difference. Look for it. Nico just trying to apply some pressure onto Jake. Jake pops off the ult there, gets Panda, and then Pikachu takes down Big Bull. It looks like Merchants about to win this, or hold it for now.
Yeah, Mages of course just stalling for a long time there. Merchants forced to use pretty much every ult. The beat was good from Scorch to keep the sustain up in the fight. But now Russo with a high noon, not really a lot of targets he can really look for. Ghost Goat has a copy soon to help bail him out here, so that'll be the difference maker in the next fight.
This is Panda is able to get on the high gun here. Let's see, score. Pickle is getting pressured out by the Zen here. He's doing a lot more work than anticipated. Score taken down. In the high noon. Gets taken down by Pikachu. And onto the Zen here. Gets the Zen. Kirby just unclaimed. Now goes to one. Probably with some waiver. I'm just trying to build up holding off with some healing here. Does look like he'll get taken down. He does. Kinda. So let's come back. He's 50% survival. But in the... And Goku does kill Panda, however, his whole team is dead.
Yeah, Majors actually managed to get some picks in the back, but simply Panda got found in both supports here. So, coming out for the Merchants, back to the Ana and Kiri, more sustained for the Hulk here. But yeah, Majors in that actually chaos managed to split the point back while Goku was down on the backside. Pikachu taken down quite low, forced to use recall early here.
I know this time will go aggro here. This is not good for the supports. This is perfect for Panda. It's more room. He just loves that. Gets the Ana down. He's looking for the Kiri. Opts for the Tracer. Now finds the Kiri again. There goes Scorch. Beautiful juggling by Panda here. And Russo cleaning up. Nice turnaround for Majors.
Yeah, just the ultimate advantage there coming out from Majors. Unfortunately, Pikachu was not able to use the Pulse Bomb, but by then his supports are already stuck in that corner, and there's small room, and it's just perfect, like you said, for Panda to unleash the Primal Rage and get both those kills and secure them. 1-1 tied up, and you know, we're down to well, which is might be more difficult for the Echo to play. We might even see some Widowmakers come out from our resident Widowmakers, I would say.
Yeah,
interesting come from the... unfortunately, doesn't work out for them. But he's just here. We're looking at maybe an Ana break line. And
yeah.
I was Pikachu looking towards
definitely onto the Reaper. Traditionally, I guess it's... I mean, you can play Reaper here. Yeah, but you can also play the Widow like you said. And it looks like both teams are causing for a pause. I am the enemy, so I'm gonna do that. And I'm gonna pause it here. Looks like we have something at hand. But Alpha, just going back, what do you think Majors did well there? In between round 1 and 2?
Yeah, definitely. I think they coordinated the dives a lot better. You know, like the Panda was definitely finding more picks towards the back and definitely peeling for Russo a lot better. And unfortunately, with the Lucio Zen, yes, you have the speed, yes, you have the escort, but it doesn't really translate to kills if you're not faster than the enemy team. And I think Majors capitalized on the fact that they could just be quicker than the Merchants and got the kills faster.
Yeah, it looks like we are seeing a sub, an emergency sub here. Where apparently Chirpy, he does... Oh, apparently Chirpy, he does have something to do. He has to have dinner. Which, I mean, you gotta respect that. Would you rather play Overwatch or consume food? I'd rather eat food, personally. But yeah, definitely.
I wouldn't say it's necessarily that issue.
Yeah.
Yeah, we're gonna get
nothing you can do about that. But it does look like Majors will need a sub here, and from the middles team, Obama looks like he'll sub in for that.
Yeah.
Now you know Obama a lot more than I do.
Looking at the chat.
Yeah.
Yeah, Obama, resident Life Weaver player, very very strong flex support player, and you know part of the backbone of the major the Mulos roster. But yeah, he's just gonna sub in for Chirpy, which is actually interesting because he is the flex support subbing in for a main support. So we'll see how he plays.
Yeah, what do you think he offers for Chirpy?
Well, he definitely offers a Life Weaver. That's for sure.
Definitely.
I'm not sure. I haven't seen Chirpy play Life Weaver in a while, but definitely. Yeah, Chicken might probably flex over to the main support, of course, because he likes that. He likes to play Lucio from time to time.
Yeah, they could run what the just like we're going back in here. He could run what the Matrix team ran in round 1. They could both run like some kind of whatever Q dive. And when the Chicken goes onto Lucio, he's gonna stuff that in. Obama on the Kiri here. Both teams just poking out. See what happens. Scorch dives first here. And they get pressured by Pikachu now, but jumps back. Pickle kind of looking for Pikachu, gets low, gets forced to goal. And despite getting everything take, looks like Merchant can stabilize here. Oh, but Jake gets low! Will he get picked up? Doesn't seem like it. Pickle just looking for someone. Oh, nice shot onto Pikachu. Now, turns his engine onto the Echo, gets him half. Nice. Really good shot by Mike there.
Back to the meters, yeah. Jake unfortunately managed to get the shield off in time. Unfortunately, Panda was just too quick to draw that. The fact that Scott got picked up first really hurt the Merchant's chances of holding that point. But they managed to regroup and stabilize and got 10% for the troubles. And they're looking to come back onto the point here.
Oh, Ghost Guard dead. That is not what you wanted to see. They didn't make damage dealer. Now Merchant's going back to the Kyrie Moira. Going back to round 1, seeing how it would work. I mean, that is a good pick.
The Reaper pick coming up for Pikachu, of course, is really strong against the Winston. But the reason why most teams actually don't run it, like in the professional sense, is that in a proper team setting, this 5v5 setting, Winston is a lot more. No way, Ghost finds the pick on the Russo as well, and uses a duplicate, and Jake is just cleaning up here. Played by the Merchants to roll that duplicate use, and yeah, it looks like Merchants will put the point back around.
Yeah, that is not what you would have seen if you were Mages here. Chappy going out, Chicken or stopping onto Lucio, and immediately gets tripped off here. Good recognition by Jake. Just seeing that Chicken was a bit too far off the edge and had the opportunity to rip him, which he did. Now both teams, both support ults here.
Yeah, both spots coming up here for... Yep, both spots are coming here. Look for definitely the rush Beyblade that we see in our ranked teams already. It's actually forcing to rush early. That is early. Pikachu gets taken out early by Russo. Russo finds the headshot on the Pikachu and it takes taken out low, but finds the Mega Jig in the back. Not causing much trouble, and Major's looking to try and clean up Scorch. Ghost Coach actually finds 4 kills on the support. So yep, 3 picks from the Echo, but Panda finds the pick and return. No supports on set for Majors.
Nice, good jump pick. He touched it last second, he has the mic restored. And now he dives onto Russo, gets the catch. Chicken game event, bridging a Scorch, presuming off the edge, yeah. And now Pikachu with the special move. Oh, the group by Chicken gets no, that is not what you want to see. If you're Panda, you'll lose your groups. The death boss up in the air.
My ultimate is
And nice call by Merchants. They don't really give Mages that much percentage.
Yeah, it's still good for the Mages there. The flip allows them to actually hold the point for a little longer, at least like have one more fight before it reaches 99 here. But Mages definitely has a bit more ultimate advantage. Obama, of course, building that, or still holding on to that rush. Sorry, and Russo the early mines here coming up from Jake. He's just gonna zone the Mages out a little bit. Russo peeking his head through main here, but it looks like stable. Jake somehow finds to pick up Nickel. Must have just took a boot instead.
Yeah, that is not what you want to see. Now Obama getting pressured. Under by Russo, dead. Obama dead. And now Panda is about to primal. If he can get primal, can maybe stall. Oh, doesn't quite get it. It was like 1% off. The Gomez can touch again, unable to. And nice adaptation by Merchants. What do you think went right for them there?
Yeah, Merchants definitely just the early pressure, and of course just forcing after the Tracer gets picked out. That's a huge threat on the backline that gets removed from the side of Mages. And yeah, Merchants just able to capitalize on that pick and just the positioning that they forced the Noodles into. The Mages into, my bad. The Mages into the mines that are coming out from the ball.
Yeah, I mean that is the signature comp, the 4 Moira Curie special. Typically along with a Tracer, and I think as you guys go typically play Echo or Surgeon there. Going back to the tried and true. Nicely done by Merchants. I think the key point of that is it was when I think Jake managed to touch a point when it was overtime. Well, not overtime, but when Mages were about to cap there.
Yeah, definitely. It's a good timing for the Merchants too when they put off that dive onto the engage onto the Mages. Just they weren't able to just recontest the point. It's just too late for them at that point. So yeah, Merchants going up 1-0 in map 1, and now we'll be heading on to Escort, I believe, as our next map.
Yeah, Escort. The map is Junkertown. Why do you think Mages chose this map?
I mean, Russo. It's just the only reason it is Russo.
Yeah, he doesn't relief a Widow. Didn't pull it out. Opted for the cast. I mean, in his defense, if you're Jake and you see an enemy Widow, you're just gonna run at the Widow every single time.
Yeah, definitely.
Just gonna...
But now we'll definitely slow it down. If the Widow is going to be Sigmas coming out, it's going to be a lot slower gameplay. We'll see, whether both sides run Sigmas. Merchants, of course, not very, from the first map, we could see they really thrived on the chaos. They really just the scrappy fights and getting picks here and there. But if the game slows down, we might see Mages maybe pull a hit here as well. Yeah,
definitely. I mean, Mages, both teams have practiced this map. I'd say Merchants more so. They have a pretty clear identity of what they want to do here. However, that is when Six was on the team. And however, with Pikachu, I mean, Pikachu can still play Widow. So I guess the strategy still goes. But yeah, Majors definitely want to just play. I have to call it. What's it called? I guess truthful. No, just they want to play like a pure normal Overwatch. You know, when they every team has like a fight, every team is like taking angles. They have like a simple Overwatch. We want none of this person. We want to go in cold. Have a merchant, just pure chaos. They do not want that to happen. And obviously, it's hard for Majors, especially if you're like Russo, because you're getting shot from behind by like a Moira, and then you're getting shot in front by like a. Well, in that case, it'll be like a Pharaoh or Echo. And so he's got to turn his attention to, like, he's got to look at everyone and he's got to decide who should I look at and shoot.
Definitely.
Just checking if both teams, looks like it's Major's still taking a while. I mean, you have to. Do you think the swap from Chirpy to Obama made a difference there?
I mean, definitely just a quick switch of mindset for Chicken. It's very different when you play Flex support. I mean, support, you're thinking of very different things. But I don't think it's that big of an issue. Definitely see Chippy's going to definitely come back afterwards. But yeah, just a temporary substitution here. Of course, I mean, on Dragon Town, actually, on Majors actually has the options to run double Flex support, which is really strong for the side. Yeah, so see whether they do choose that.
Obama and McChicken, as you mentioned, both Flex supports. See if they can 5 on that.
Yeah. Yeah, I think I saw in chat that I'm cutting out a little bit. I think my Wi-Fi is struggling a little bit, so I might have to switch casters here maybe later. We'll keep you updated, I guess. Okay.
Hey, your electricity doing about as strong as a Murray would versus an Outpost there.
Yeah.
We're just gonna evolve. Just gonna evolve the electricity.
Yep.
Hey, it's always the internet. There's nothing you can do.
All right.
Yeah. Looks like merchants opting to attack here. I think that's clever, or that's optimal by them. Set the goal. Don't get pressured into we have to defend up to this point. Just set the goal, and hey, if you get full hold, you get full hold. If you cap all 3 points, then great. If you get a whole second point, then that's also fine.
Yeah, definitely. I think most teams, when they do get the choice of whether to attack or defense, they prefer to attack first. It's just a lot easier to have their goal in mind and figure out how much you really need to push and how much pressure you need to put to.
We have a pause.
Fight. Someone left, I think. Miko crashed. That's not very classic.
You know what? That's expected.
Yeah, it's normal. We probably just wait for him to restart. We won't really have a sub here. But yeah, just coming out to, since you've been coaching both teams and since Jungle Town has been on the map full season, what do you expect from these teams actually coming out of this?
Looking at from Merchant side, teams, please pick Jungle Town more. They like to play the map, and no one ever picks Jungle Town versus them. Everyone just goes through, I believe it was like Root.
Yeah,
like, they're okay at Root, but they want to play Jungle Town. Six is a really good Widow. We have a really good strat on Jungle Town. Please. Go pick them up more. I think they played it like once only. But if you're looking at it from Major side, hey, they still have a strat borrowed from Knights, of course.
Yep,
but they still have they still have that strat on attack that they use it quite effectively. I think they beat Merchants that one. I think that was like the one map they beat them on, or it was like one of many maps they beat them on in scrims was Jungle Town.
Yep, I can confirm the strat is really good.
Yeah,
I pulled it on my rank games. Every single Jungle Town attack has never failed to give me first point.
I mean, speaking from the man himself, he has said, and I quote, actually, I don't want to quote that because I don't remember quite what he said, but he has said, and to some degree, it has never failed.
Definitely. Okay. But yeah.
I mean, no one expects it.
No one I mean, these two teams probably do expect it to some extent now, so we'll see what they do, still choose to pull it out. But of course, yeah, Jungle Town, very historically, sniper map, very poke focused, but of course the changes to the first point made things more interesting. That big house at the end of first point. Maybe open up a bit more angles and a lot more cover. And you only see fights actually start around there nowadays because there's a small mini over there that people like to make use of and stuff like that.
Yeah, it's pretty good Widow positioning if you're on the defense side. Just sort of hide in that little house there and then grapple if you need to. But if you're looking for the Widows on both teams, you have to look at Pikachu and Risso here.
Yeah, definitely. Alright, as we head into the map here, we see Monash Merchants start off an attack here, and looks like Jake's gonna run out the ball. Of course, people have also known Dragontown, very, very popular ball rollout for attack as well, not just the Ryan. But of course, it sort of falters a bit more towards the second point. Sorry, the first point, the end of first point. The house obviously providing a bit more cover for the ball, so a little bit better than what it used to be. But yeah, we'll see whether Jake sticks with this or whether he'll opt to switch to something more classic like the Sigma. Like what Mages are running here with.
Yeah, look at Mages here. They're running the Bat Big, yeah.
It's about to get
Oh,
real.
Chappie's back.
It's about to get
Yeah, Chappie's back here. Obviously, that was a quick little meal. But yeah, typically, I mean, Bat Big are becoming a lot more common sort of support comps. The Big essentially protects the Widow. I mean, they know that a team's going to run ball here. That's probably the only reason why. Oh my god, what a shot! My good shot.
Oh my gosh, Russo gets the headshot, but jeez, Ghost Gold, that Hanzo mid-head shot, that is crazy. And Russo, you must be feeling that. And
What a
he just
statement.
off on the back foot. Yeah, what a statement. Pikachu, of course, gonna be taking an aggressive angle immediately after that.
Yeah. Nice cut the curse, I love it.
Awesome. I mean, he did take an angle and he did get punished for it, unfortunately.
It was a tangent. Surviving your whole team.
It's into the question mark, yeah. And Jake just obviously being annoying on this part. Obviously the ball not as effective as a Ryan for holding space here, but of course the ball can just be as annoying. Jake brings Russo on the way back and goes go finds another pick. Oh my goodness, Ren is dominating. Hanzo finds Chicken, and now Mages probably has to be forced back off here.
Yeah, it's going to go flank on the right side with Apex. Let's see the other flank goes. Looks like he made the able to back up there. Jake, he has one goal in mind. Russo, where are you? I'm gonna die with you. Good luck. Nice power guy.
Yeah, definitely. Yep. And one of the teams just self big point here, and we just talk about the difference between the Brig as well and the Zen. Like traditionally it's Zen that wants to have that, but Brig is so much more effective at holding those off angles. And yeah, definitely eyes on Chappie here to make sure his supports his life. Kind of like it's taken out early though, but Pikachu.
Yeah, it's taken out early, and that's essentially it for Mages. He's the main. He's a tank essentially. He can be the only one that can touch and live. And once he goes down, the rest will follow soon. And there you go, cleanups. Good shot. Oh my god. Go. He is feeling it. And nice job by Jake. Causing a lot of disruption in the backline. Just letting. He's pressuring two people at once, it feels like. That time was both supports. I think Chappie and McChicken was looking at him. And that sort of leaves kind of by himself to die there, so that's why he got picked off.
Yep, now look at coming out from both sides. Yep, Pikachu onto the soldier now instead of Wizmaker. Russo making a similar adjustment. And they're taking out quite low, but his spots are back soon.
Yeah, Jake just pressuring. Look at all the pressure he's doing. They're always looking at the board here. Dragon gets everyone low, and with the bots, doesn't seem to like getting one. This will take something good. That's massive.
Pikachu coming out, and Pikachu just taken out before he has his real overclock here. Chappie forced to use the rally though, and is just going to use it and up and Legends if I just
Oh my
here.
That was a headshot.
How do you find a shot on Russo? I mean, he's probably low as well, but huge headshot coming out from Ghost Goat. And the window here forced inside of Merchants. Using it with all the space here. Ghost Goat finds Chappie as well through the window. Nico gets taken down, and just very powerful positioning from Merchants and also kept the point.
So much pressure for Merchants. I mean, if you're Chirpy, it's like, yeah, was that a good rally? Probably not, but at the same time, you're getting shot from literally everywhere. And so you sort of get that feeling where you get hit a lot and you're not sure if you should rally, and then you're just like, stuff out, I'll just rally here. It's not like a trap, honestly. He's got to he's got to calm himself and then just understand, hey, there's going to be a lot of pressure, and probably just, that wasn't really the right time to rally there. But so much damage, so much pressure. There goes McChicken.
Yeah, really quick execution on the dive that Pikachu managed to find out with the railgun. And now Russo swapped over to the Tracer, just looking to pressure the backline of Merchants, but just nothing to be done here without the extra support. Chicken back onto the Ana as familiar comfort pick, and yeah, overclock online for both sides. We'll see how it's used, but of course Apex with the trans can help negate a lot of that.
Russo down early here. You typically see Russo play the Sojourn while Mikko plays the Tracer. Looks like Major's just panicking here, just trying to find an answer for Merchants' dominance, it feels like.
Just getting nice. Mikko. The trans comes out. Was actually could take him down, and Merchant's a bit low on support resources here, but it's going to be able to get out, and yep, that one ultimate managed to turn the fight.
Nicely done. That needs to happen. Mages, I don't think they want a single team fight this entire map. But good on Mikkel, gets the pick. And also, he gets to pick despite the chance. So you take that any day of the week if you're Mikkel.
Definitely coming out a bit late here. Dive coming out again from Jake. Not gonna find much here. But yeah, Mages coming up strong with a few ultimates here.
Taking shake with the overclock, finds Mikkel. Is he able to? He does finish the shot. Chubby with the rally, gets stuck the low. Does he finish? He does. Now Chubby just able to get on point. At least that's where he's going. Very nice. Done Pikachu gets him one shot. But Risso's down. Did they finish off Pikachu? They don't. Good sleep. But Pikachu does get taken down. He almost had a Nano as well. And he does have the primal coming back. He can stall for a bit here. Will he get burst? Primal time he does. The window will destroy him a bit. Panda gets safe, takes a good kill. You needed that over touch point. Will anyone touch?
Yeah, the read comes up from Russo here. Yep.
They had the Nano, they never Russo, they get thrown. Russo finds the picks here. Looking for anyone good to pick on Pikachu. It looks like that's it. Oh, good sleep as well. Nice, McChicken onto Yosko.
Panic shots coming out from the Mages here, but it managed to work out. The Nano comes out clutch for Chicken here for Russo's stall point. Bit more. Mines were not enough for Jake to stall along the Dragon. But yeah, the Mages just unfortunately on the back foot now though. They have some weird pick coming out here, the Reaper and the Genji, but yeah, good out. Yeah, good, yeah, panicking a little bit, but of course Merchants not much ultimates himself to work with here. It's gonna become a lethal fight here. So this is probably the top sentence from low A fight.
Yeah, Russo does get low, forces out fade, they can't leave the point at all. And they're going to try to maintain high ground here. Mikkel gets taken out so low. He does get healed up. Beg the front pressure in. Hands it down! That can't happen! That's the only
Yeah, that's the only person that can touch the point. And now Merchant's trying to still dominate. Just Russo of course being able to stall a bit more. Mikkel taken out as well. He's back soon. Still on the wings here, but Chubby managed to pop the rally. There's a lot of survivability left on point here. And also had skill taken down from side of Merchants. Jake somehow on Russo though, and overclock being chopped here by Pikachu.
Yeah, that's good taking down. Chubby can only hold him for so long, and Panda's follow. They even had the chance if needed. God, you cannot let that happen if you're Mages. Panda, I think just doesn't expect the amount of damage. Probably got discorded and then just got storm hammered.
Yeah. It's just a very strong combo that Hanzo is actually a really strong tank killer now. Not a lot of people expect the burst from storm arrows, especially if you hit those headshots. That's just 300 damage a pop. And on top, a couple of the Zen Discord, it's just so much damage. And yeah, Panda unfortunately being caught out a few times here on the dive. I think honestly as well, like he's not really respecting well, not really respecting, but unfortunately his team comp didn't have a lot of good like people to dive with him other than the Genji, but also like the Reaper wasn't able to do much, can't really provide much firing support from where they were, and yeah, unfortunately Mage's just a little bit uncoordinated there.
Yeah, we see the Pachimari going back and forth when we relive that joy of returning to the treasure room. But Mages, there's so much pressure, just unable to really do much. When Panda's down, there goes all your, not only the person who can get that point, but also the person who can pressure Merchants. I mean, it should be Panda pressuring Ghostgo, not the other way around. But Hanzo, a bit of, I want to say underrated pick. Well, not underrated, but it feels like he's not picked as much as he was used to. Because now everyone's talking about Ash, Sojourn, Cass. You know, Hanzo's still there, and he does a lot of damage. Risso taking a drink before, presumably he needs to put up a carry performance here.
Yeah, so back on the Widowmaker, of course, talking about the Hanzo, of course, it's a lot different now. Oh no, I think my Wi-Fi is dying a little bit.
Yeah, you're good.
I'm good, hello?
Yeah, we can hear you, and so can Mages, hopefully, as they need the support.
Alright, yeah, so Russo, of course, on the Widowmaker. The Hanzo, of course, could have points at all. Pikachu picks out from cover a bit too much there. But yeah, talking about the Hanzo, of course, the biggest changes of Season 9 was the breakpoints, and Hanzo can no longer really headshot anyone, but still very effective at taking down tanks.
Let's go take both tanks. They take by himself, yeah. Nice, good kill by Nickel, defensive kill. Will he get two? Or is that the lamp at least? Good, gets out, he's done his job. They get forward, will he get picked off? He's an anti. Other Merchants backing out there. They lost a couple. They don't know all.
Yep, Mage's definitely back on the combo picks here. Chicken and Chubby. Classic Ana Break combo right here coming out. Not really what you see type of Sigma, but of course you just put the pressure and just create space for Russo.
Middle gets Nickel gets down, but Verso answers back onto Ghost Go. Almost finds Apex's head. Gets shot by Apex, however, does get taken down very low. Manson is trying to explain everyone on point. Does get rocked by Jake. Both teams are trying to figure out however, Pikachu does get low. Good rock, good kill. Perfect gets Apex. Just Jake. Big scorcher on point. Perfect just swinging, gets down, gets caught, and then gets Jake to a follow. So done by Chappie. Really good at quick check. That's like a thought.
Nah, I don't think he really knows how to do it. Yeah, but yeah, no ultimates used there for the side mages, and obviously have the ultimate advantage coming into this fight. But yeah, Russo just being able to find some key picks there.
Yeah, he's been stuck
Against the side.
Yeah, Mikko got hit when Mikko got picked. He might find one of the spawns.
Mikko going a little bit aggressive there, but not much. Tracer just here in this comp, you know, with how little dive there is for your side of the mages. You just there to just sort of run rampant in the backline, just trying to put pressure, but of course trying to make sure you don't die yourself.
Yeah, but sides for Russo. Tries to steal some key information. My love Mikko to go in. Nano onto Levis Chirpy. Yes it is. We get down taken down so low. With the rally. Just gonna swing. All good sleep and then the bots as well. Happy to be killed, but hey, it doesn't matter. 6 points pretty hard for Ducket Town. And then Mages. All this time, really Verso just pushing cart, and that should be it. That should be a second point there.
Yeah, very classic chicken move to net on the brig and ask the brig to run it down. Managed to win this time round. Pikachu dies on the cross there. Russo finds the hit someone in the sleep. Oh, just not confirm the kill. Misses made by a bit, but Pikachu call out position. And yeah, they just move on to the third point with 5 minutes in the bank. Looks like they can tie this up pretty well.
A really good response. Really good. Especially after the defense. Russo popping off. Baby chicken. Is this the line thing there? But hey, sees the brig is like, hey, you're like 9, but smaller and quicker. That's just none of you. It does exactly like that. And definitely now has rallied.
Yep, ults coming out from both sides. Sorry, from the merchants mostly, but he is the only one really with the rally. And the window gets popped early. Just to zone him out a little bit. Yep, Nicholas is poking out as well. Pikachu goes early, misses the health back. It's forced to slide early. Nicholas can win this if he gets it. Good shot by Ghost Go, and the immortality there is just there. Insurance make sure he stays alive. And Mages does get a little bit of push here in return, so not the worst result you could hope for.
Yeah, he bails him out. Pikachu probably was lost that out of Merchants. They're a team. They're used to this. Scorch off the window, or not window, anyone there. Ghost Go. He's up Mikko onto the Genji now. Chirpy with a rally. Does the line push on high ground. Secures the kill, goes down. Oh, Pikachu's with him. Mikko onto Russo, that's needed. Now Mikko gets Pikachu on the third. He's looking for the back here. Decides to not go for that and just goes on here. I mean, dashes in. Gets squad low. Does now deflect and just kills for now. Have a Merchant still up both DPS ults along with Flux here. Could be big for them.
Yeah, all eyes on Jake here to look for the good Flux here. Mages of course taking control of his high ground. Jake moving up as well, and he needs to really try and get the space back. But the purple is huge onto Jake. The immortality feels a bit too slow to save it. And Russo switches to the Echo just in time to take him down with the stickies. And now Mages is taking control of this high ground here. And might be all she wrote. Russo gets another pick on the Apex. Emergency find something fast, and these ultimates need to be a game changer. Overclock here for Pikachu needs to be big.
Yeah, Jake is dead instantly. Blocked by Panda. And blocked by both teams actually. Panda lifting up the Bab gets him. Now sending tension onto the stick. The DPS but training for Merchants. If they can secure the kill, it doesn't look like it. It's just Pikachu. And now it's Watch on Apex, sorry, onto the Series TP. Trying to fill up as long as they can. My dude, my Russo onto the Surgeon. That is terrifying. You do not want to see that. And Moses, after these Tigers, after these spawns, should be able to clean up. Windows of mistakes is there. However, Jake got the boom, gets back to low. However, Jake down. And that's spawned by Mages. I think all the momentum was unless on the other Merchant side, but Mages able to turn around.
Yep, still 2 minutes in the time back. They managed to hold that point for 3 minutes. Of course, third point of Junkertown being historically very difficult to hold, where you see a lot of teams would make changes to the composition because of how different the map becomes. But yeah, Mages managed to push through. Some key changes, of course, coming through out from the Echo from Russo, the Genji from Mikkel, both paying dividends, and got some early picks that helps Mages to manage to help them full cap point tree.
Yeah, you have to look if you're merchants. Maybe we'll just go back to what worked on attack and just go to the bowl. Yep. Well, I believe they are attacking, but even on defense, still stick with the ball here.
You're hard to keep a scope.
I think they are
Sorry,
attacking
a lot.
Yeah, Russo is doing a lot. He's running out the Widowmaker again. Ghost maybe doing swap to the Echo. Or the Sombra coming with Pikachu maybe. Just teasing us with the picks here, but Russo looks like it's also changing. Of course,
I think he's gonna stick with the Sombra. That is the hero he has played. Not like he started off. It's more like he's swapped onto the Sombra because of something. That could be it here.
Yeah, I mean, obviously it's the really good concept of Widowmaker, but of course Russo running on the Sojourn instead. Yeah, Sojourn being the pick for a lot more teams now, because it's just a lot more consistent dealing with those long ranges, and actually it's just better at dueling with a Widowmaker. But yeah, Russo so good, obviously. Proficient on both heroes there, and Pikachu gets picked out early by an 8 there.
Yeah, I want to give a shout out to both supports here, Chirpy and Chicken. Chirpy doing very well to stay alive, and Chicken just hitting a fat nade after fat nade. Happening out, looks like Pikachu is looking to dive here. Does get spotted and bashed by Chirpy, but doesn't get it, he does get out. Good spot by Chirpy there, just playing the Sombra set up there. Kinda hacked it, low anti. Barely lives.
Yep, Merchants once again back onto that sort of chaotic gameplay of the Echo and the Summer is running amok in your backline, whereas you have the Ana Curie to keep the sustain up, but see how Mages deal with it. Comes out into Mikkel. It is not going to get taken down, but Ghost finds Russo in the back.
It looks like it's gonna find him. Pikachu gets low. It does, Mikkel, nicely done. Little Panda gets so low, unable to live. Let's go with Duke already. He's doing so much damage, and you can tell my ult shot here. Now Pikachu on the power. Of course he is.
Double flying and Russo makes the switch over to the Cassidy. Panda makes the switch over to the Sigma, and you see once again the comms sort of mirroring what we saw in earlier here. Mages going a lot more standard, except for other than the Sigma of course, but Russo back to his trusty Cassidy here.
Yeah, this power pick, I don't know why it's a power, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, there's a lot of space to fly, but at the same time, there's a lot of room for hit scans to be able to. There's a lot of sides, I should say. Probably said to be able to just shoot.
Yeah, of course, overtime being triggered now for the Merchants, yeah. Overtime being triggered out for the Merchants, someone who stay on cards, probably going to be one of the supports here. But it's like Jake is going aggressive with his face here. Stick comes out, she comes out in time and Ghost stays alive with that. Jake managed to find Mikkel in return for that, and clutch play by Ghost to get the to get off. Panda taken out really low, and he gets killed here. Comes out in time! Managed to save his life, he's ready to save it. Jake gonna get stunned up by the brick bash, and the Vice comes out early. Apex Nano gets killed. Russo finds some kills, but Chicken and Russo gets the kill in return. Pikachu in the backline on the fire, just firing, and just there's so much space being bought here by the mines. Yep, and maybe a bit overextended here. Mikkel's still alive, but it's not. He's able to find a kill. Pikachu finds Panda, and it's gonna go clean up the rest of the fight here.
Oh, that could have gone out. Well played by Merchants, especially Pikachu on the power pick. I mean, you saw how much pressure and how much attention it was drawing. Mikkel just opting to try to kill the Pharaoh, however, Pikachu just flies away, and there's nothing he can really do as a tracer there. And now they've got second point, and they've Nano, Kisune, and Raj. Nano and Pikachu, and even Russo, or even Panda as well. Just by always ability to negate that Raj. Might not be able to do it.
Yeah, definitely dangerous territory here for the Mages. You really let the Merchant push a lot more further than you would ideally want them to, but Switch is coming up for the Mages here to stall it. The Flux is going to be huge here, might look for a 6-9 even, but of course the flying target's really difficult. Panda doesn't need to do anything to do with the Sigma. You can only really do what comes on the Pikachu! It's going to take him down! He's not punished for that, but Hyder gets chased in return. Yep, that's another again. Pikachu finds some kills, but it might be too late here for the Merchants. Scorch gets taken down last, and Merchants at full hell halfway through that point.
Good by Mages, but yeah, you gotta be disappointed with that. I mean, it's good that they won without, especially after using both support ults. At the same time, you gotta hope that when you pop those both support ults, you won the fight there. But good individual play first, McChicken just sleeping Pikachu, Russo Leaf getting a pick there. And just everything going right for Mages there at the last second.
Definitely. Yeah, just everything is coming to place together. Like, there's a lot more adjustments that Mitch's had to do, and unfortunately, of course, the key ultimate and nano was not able to be used by Apex. I think just in the chaos there, there's too much stuff happening, and you know.
Definitely.
But still, really good push from Merchants. You know, definitely, Majors had to probably pull out an overtime push here as well to contest that.
You can't be mad if you're merchants. I mean, 1 minute or I don't remember how much time, but it was about a minute or so, and you managed to get pretty much halfway through third point. Now onto the top, onto the Surge. Definitely feels like the final long game here. I mean, once Pikachu gets ult, you can just one call over the point and just prevent any of the majors from touching there. We got Winter from Mikkel.
Yep.
You love to see
Winter. I love this even here. I spent like a good 10 minutes equipping every single one of my heroes in Winton. So much. Yeah.
I'm trying to do the same.
It's worth it. But yeah, we'll see. Yeah, other than Torbjorn,
Wait, next time.
so he's better mine too. Yep. But yeah, pretty much other than the Torbjorn, pretty much standard picks here coming out from Mages, similar to what they've been running. Not exactly the most like coherent of comps, but you know, it worked for them just now. Why not try again?
Yeah, I mean, Pikachu's he plays any hero, just not, you're not gonna expect it. Torb could be one of them.
Yeah, Torb actually low-key a really good counter to the Watchmaker because he can tank a headshot hit from her. One of the few characters who still did it with the overload, sorry.
And it's working! Russo is also the cast!
Yeah, Russo is just saying that he doesn't want any of that. I'm gonna swap over back to Cassidy here.
Oh, looks like Pikachu's running into both supports here. Gets Kirby, trying to get chicken here, going for the hammer kill, and missing Kirby. Very sure, I get the time to have a cough that chicken killing him.
Oh, classic Pikachu. He wants to get the kill on Chicken. They've been having a bit of beef in the server, as we've seen, but a bit of rivalry. Yeah, not really beef, just friendly rivalry, but yeah. Have a kill will see that you have a chicken managed to get on top of that, and honestly, it cost the merchants a little bit.
Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, now we just have a bit more control of the space over here.
Okay, power drive gets stunned, and the lives gets half health though. Goes up the way while taking the go again. He does opt for the power drive, gets Russo. Russo low! Barely lives. Oh, chicken. Pikachu goes to flank, gets chicken, and gets Kirby as well. Both supports dead on this flank. Waves the hello. Goes for Panda. Will he go for the hammer kill? Doesn't need it. Really good flank timing.
Yeah, huge flank coming up from Pikachu. Of course, that's the biggest problem with Junkertown is that this part of the map here is so hard for the attacking team to really capitalize on the high ground. And Pikachu just peeks out his head at the right time, catches both Chubby and Chicken off guard, and you know, managed to win the fight for the team there. You know, you give and you take. You know, like you like just now. Yep, and they should fight back.
Well, what's a soldier now? He doesn't know what he wants to play. Merchants actually don't have a lot of forwards here. Chicken doesn't nano, you have to go expecting nano, Panda wants to play. They're gonna touch here, does belly touch, have a Panda down. The count, yeah it does. But look at that, mine's everywhere, there's nothing you can really do. Nano wants to Russo, he's just trying to run touch point, but unable to. I mean, that's a checkmate scenario if you're merchants. You have so many ults. You got mines, which if you run into, if you somehow survive the mines, you got Kusune, who everyone is shooting at, including a Sojourn. There's just too much damage.
Yeah, unfortunately Nell comes a bit too late there, for Chicken, and he's not able to save kind of like he gets taken down and, you know, mines Kusune. Really possible for any team to really push into without clearing it. But yeah, Merchants take the second map convincingly in a really strong overtime push and goes up 2-0 in the series.
Yeah, I mean, is this what you're expecting, Alpha?
Honestly, I have no clue what I was expecting because, like you said, there's different players in the team, different synergies, of course. But yeah, I mean, Merchants definitely letting their chaotic playstyle really suit the Majors away a bit, and yeah, it's sort of taking over them. Like whenever the Echo comes out, and you know, Ghostgo especially has been really impressing me with his both his Echo and Hanzo have been really strong on that point just now.
Yeah, I mean, it feels like for Majors' attack, when they ran the Ana Big, it was like working. But then, especially for the second moment when they did attack, it felt like the Ana Big were just. Well, they weren't really getting dove on, they were just getting flanked by Pikachu, it felt like. He just ran in behind them, just killed Chirpy, and then killed McChicken afterwards, and just killed everyone else from behind. Just all that pressure. You gotta, I mean, if you're Chirpy, you gotta like look everywhere. You gotta look front, you gotta look to your left, you gotta look to the right, and now you gotta look behind. Just a lot of
just
work.
a little bit of miscommunication there. Normally, you have your team like spread out a bit more, with a bit more like covering the flanks, and especially the Torbjorn, he should not ever have that flank angle. But yeah, that's the power of the high ground, baby. Like if he was on high ground, Pikachu probably could never get that flank, and unfortunately, Mages got caught lacking there, and well, that's not really the major factor of why they lost that point, but definitely helped secure the defense there for the Merchants.
No, it felt like Merchants won it with their attack, or their overtime attack. It just got so far.
Yeah, it is pretty shattering. It's not always the best to have like the extra time bank. But yeah, of course we're going over the hybrid now in our maps, and we are going to everyone's favorite King's Row, Scrims Row, etc. as they call it.
Yeah, King's Row, a bit harder, honestly, for Merchants if they want to run like a ball of Farah. I mean, Farah, I guess, is still okay, but for the ball, you're going to be struggling there.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, but we might still see it, I think a lot of people still have the consensus that the ball is really bad, despite the fact that he got buffed recently. Or like, not really buffed, but like the changes to ball.
Yeah.
But I think Jake is still doing a really strong performance that fits the playstyle, Doesn't have to be anything too crazy, but, he's creating a lot more space and really setting up Ghost Goat to succeed here.
Yeah, Merchants have one plan, and as Jake go in, everyone on another team, please look at Jake, while Ghost Goat and Pikachu just kills everyone. And then good sleeps as well by Apex, and good Suzus and Lamps by Scorch. Just overall really strong by everyone there.
Yeah, Mages needs to find their footing here somehow. They might need to switch up the comps a bit, maybe switch to something they might be more comfortable with. We saw Mikkel pulling up the Genji here and there. He's not always forcing the Tracer, and he looked pretty comfortable on that too. So I wonder if we'll see maybe a dive hybrid where we see a Tracer, Genji, Winston, which is what we used to run on the Mages. Not sure if they have that in their back pocket, but we'll see whether they'll try something like that.
I think Rissa as well was like quite confident on the Echo, which they did bring out. And I mean, the comp they ran on Jakarta offense, that they did bring them the success was the Ana Brig, I believe Winston, and then the Echo Genji there.
Yep.
They could try that. How that works.
Yeah. Well, we'll just have to wait and see. Yeah, but we'll head to map soon, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, looks like
both
teams.
Yeah, Merchant starting on attack again. I believe.
I mean, hey, it worked. They managed to set the time, set the record. I mean, because if they, I mean, obviously it depends on time, but because they were able to attack during that overtime first, they took all the momentum there. When Mages had like a minute extra, Merchants was able to make the most of the time there.
Hey, Dr. Joe.
Yep.
And now, what's the call for round 1v1?
Looks like a 30%
Jake actually, of
chance
course,
of
and
resuscitation.
very rested, very expert. He's just quoting Cassidy there. I'm not sure why, but he's gonna start off you on the Ramatra here. Obviously, Ramatra historically a very good counter to Ryan, but I think Ryan with the newest buffs has also proven very strong. And I haven't seen him in a really like pro matches, and like not pro match, but like in a professional environment yet, I guess.
Yeah.
And I'm interested to see how the Jake can pull it off here.
I mean, the teasing the Merchant saying, oh, Merchant's going for a TP.
Chanting on the main. Surprise TP there coming out. Might catch the Mages off guard a little bit, but
oh, nice shot.
yeah, because of the time Pikachu. Just pushing a bit too far there for Symmetra. Very strong, very a lot of damage coming out of her, but not gonna be able to do much without the line there, shooting there. A little bit disjointed. Yeah, a little bit disjointed there.
What are you doing?
Yep, a little bit disjointed there coming up from the Merchant. Jake just not really on the schedule, but on the same page, sorry. But yeah, some changes coming up here for Merchants. They tried it, they saw the ram, Jake doesn't want to redeal that. Yep, and now it's back to Echo, Widowmaker, but Mages to watch out. Oh, never mind, let's go back in the Soldier.
Yeah, we're not really finding any angles. Jake looking for a chicken. Just stopping for high gun, takes it there. Slam doesn't really catch much here. Kinda going in, goes back now. But Mythical is on the Mega. Gets that comp really off there.
Yeah, I mean, I think the best you can do with me is the same thing as you do with the tank, is like just wall to support magic heals, because the Ana blocking Alliance side is so valuable against a comp like this. You see Russo just clicking and landing a lot of shots, and they built the high move here. Plus ultimate up for the side, Mages, I'm not sure whether he's going to choose to use it. Miko looking for a wall, not going to find anyone. but taken low, yep. Merchant taken down quite low. Panda taken down extremely low. Lucio, oh my goodness, the land comes out and Panda's cave in, and Mages on the back row, but they choose to pull the trigger. The wall comes out, it's huge first side of Mages, but Lucio is good mid dive, power back off by Jake, and gets taken out. And now Mages on the left. So no nice to be forced out here. First side of Mages,
and Jake,
but coming up for trophy beat for Merchants, but only managed to find Jake. But they just try to stall a bit more, but Chicken gets taken down, and that's probably all she wrote for Mages. And yeah, the healing just being cut off there. Chicken getting taken down means that Panda can sustain much longer, and Merchants securing the first point.
They just make it too close here, but you can clearly see the #1 target by Merchants, and that's Russo. Multiple times Russo was just low, and he's just constantly getting pressured by Jake on the wrecking ball. It's kind of where you got it, but they're not moving carry. Nice, good kill onto Trappy. Does get taken down by Russo. And now they're walking in. Nickel with max off to Scorch. Does opt to just back out here. This is chilling.
Yeah, 1-for-1 trade coming out the side of, 2-for-1 trade coming out the side from Mages, and it just allows them to take this point up again, but of course, with the Echo, you have so much access through his windows, and they really need to watch out for that. This is going to be a bit late to the party, but it looks like Chappie is going to bury him back. Mages are content on trying to hold his archers here.
Pickle down!
He's taken out early. Yep, just gets this off, but no ice block. Dash by Apex there with the nano, so not much healing left for the Merchants. They just came so good and swap up, but the vortex, then she finds Ghost here, and the beat comes up from Chirpy just to seal the deal here. Panda is running it down, Nemesis off punching the Merchants into the ground, and of course they reset here.
Good beat by Chirpy. You hear the overclock, Pikachu's like, I can go aggressive, and then Chirpy immediately flips the switch onto the beat, and forces Pikachu. Now on goes up to the Hunter here. And it's doing a lot of work on the map here. This is why they chose it. Now the Chirpy gets taken down. That's a lot of pressure onto Jake. That's the killing gone. Hunter decides, looks like he knows Albert is committed. As is now known by Apex, Jake with 2 on the mine, and Panda pops in annihilation, gets everyone low. But can he finish off the target? Apex is so low, just bobbing, and he doesn't. Unable to confirm the kill. That is really, really good peeling by Scorch and Apex, just keeping each other alive there.
Yeah, Mages tried to pull the Uno reverse card there, but unfortunately Jake had other plans, so then the mines and the power driver just too strong in zoning out the area what they were trying to use for the window, sorry. Yeah. The window, and yeah, Mages just caught unawares there, and Jake, huge play by him to manage to win the fight.
Yeah, guys go onto Dip, you can just dip Panda, and if you can get the annihilation, that's going to be massive. Panda just going in first, he's just running at Apex, gets some low, gets Pikachu, and now, yeah, he does get Apex in the end. It's not like Panda just recognizing, hey, they have no Lucio, they have no one that can speed Dishonor. Dishonor essentially is by herself there. And they just run into there, what are you going to do?
Yep, of course, that's a very strong part of this comp. Jake is supposed to be normally there, like the trade-off you get without the Lucio is that you have the ball here to try and like disrupt them a bit more, but unfortunately he was a bit too slow to trigger there, and yeah, like you said, good call by the side of the Mages, speed on to the Ana, probably missed the sleep, and unfortunately managed to get for the Merchants, they managed to get cleaned up and make a big score. Oh my god.
Look at that, Dano! Run at the slow Zen, what's he gonna do? Run away?
The copies look like the ghost scores, but back up the Mages also getting traded out here. Nico got taken out early, it's just Panda and Chubby left on point. Chubby got slammed, got killed, Pikachu landing the crucial arrow on his 10 laps. All you can do is just stall and blocking. Just taunting a little bit, but at least he's stalling a little bit more, but it's gonna be late to the party, back to the team here.
Yeah, definitely. If May just wanted to touch, they have to do it without the tank. Really nicely done by Jake and Ghost Go, just recognizing, hey, you're in that backline, that means we can go your backline. And that's exactly what they did. That's the difference between Lucio, Bab, and Zen Fury. I mean, the Zen dies for sure, but the Fury can just KP. While the Lucio, Bab don't really have that get out there with fake time. Here it goes.
As you see, point 2 minutes left on the timer here. Merchants moving on to point 3. Dragon coming out here early, just zone out the side of Mages. But yeah, Panda taking out really low, quickly taking out quite low as well, but Russo finds a crucial pick on the Ghost.
Oh, is that sick? Oh, it does, but it still gets the kill there. Although votes they're committed by Mages, I mean Merchants committed 6 and 8, all those wonderful. Although I'm noticing that when Panda pops the Annihilation, the chicken is using the window. Probably, I guess, you don't really want to use those ults in your hand, but now you need a beat there for Mages while Merchant. Blast up fans and they have the mines there. Blast up the duplicate.
And I think right there, this might needs to be big here. Zone's out the back corner, outside of Mages, and Russo just being caught in the middle here.
Oh, it's fighting.
Yeah, huge beat. Actually saves Panda's life as well. Big beat by Chubby to keep the team alive from Mikko. Taken out very low, gets taken out by a headshot from Apex. And Merchant seems to have control at this point. Poppy comes out onto the SM Lucio and
Oh my goodness, oh charge! Jesus!
he's really gonna use it, but yeah, fight's already been won for the Merchants. The Mines, of course, once again doing so much work there, just zoning out the entire back corner and Panda a little bit too overextended, and Merchants capitalize on that and managed to take the fight win.
Yeah, I feel like Panda wanted to go in, but his team were zoned out there, and so he was left by himself. Good zone, or good high drive by Jake. Rizzo has the bomb, throws it out. Oh my god, it's got hanging. Now Panda first in, he's so low. Almost as Annihilation doesn't quite get it. Apex with 2 kills there. Zen showing the value. Apex going for the first of a Ghost Guy will finish off Chicken. Rizzo does kill Pikachu. That's a lot of that pressure gone if Ghost Guy cleaning up. Even if it's there, just well played. Nice touch on Mikko was thinking start Panda. Maybe build up. Oh, doesn't quite get there in time.
Unlucky, Mikko just needed to stall a little bit longer and it would have been 0-second push there, but now capturing a time, Merchants will have a definite second, at least a second attack here on this King's Row. And yeah, good push there from Merchants to bring it to 6.4 seconds left.
Yeah, we saw the value of Zen. If there's no one running at you, then you're giving him room to actually discord people and shoot people, which is what Zen's like pretty good at. And there's no one that could really pressure him, and we just saw he just kept getting pick after pick, and then helping the team with his discords.
Yeah, unfortunately in that final fight, Mages weren't able to really capitalize on that on the Bob there. Like, you know, you saw Bob just got burned down so quickly.
Yeah.
And kind of tried to move up to save it, but unfortunately also got caught out. I didn't think he had Nemesis form, so he just caught out in normal form, and yeah, couldn't read too much there. Unfortunately, Panda stuck in Mirage's normal form, and yeah, Mages looks like they're gonna run something similar, but Merchants making a few changes.
I mean, really, Pikachu going from the... I mean, you can play Mystery Heroes because that's the value of Pikachu. You never know what it's gonna play. Well, now he's just telling everyone what he's gonna play. Pops the trap here. He's like, please walk in. Not sure if Russo will look at. If he does, then I don't know. But Russo, he needs an opening kill here. Preferably onto Pikachu or Ghost Go. But does he see the trap? I don't know. I don't think he does. So I
think I think it's just there for some damage there. Swing over to the Echo here, and Mikko actually choosing the Symmetra here as well. So yeah, Junkrat. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I actually like the term. What do people call it? Like they call it Hero Nuzlocke instead. So yeah, because they just switch every time they die or something. Oh my goodness, this thing is just so much damage which I think is taking out early.
I just said, what's wrong? I mean, that's the value of the Sim TV. We saw a shot like this a long time ago, back when it was Targo on the Echo, who showed up his ult practically before the ult fight started. Now when Ghost Go gets that there, Ghost is good. He's not by trying to recognize the good down, however, both these guys, one Mages down, and just the damage by Merchant. Just Discord plus Junkrat. If you really, like, it's sort of a team called where no one really likes to play into it.
Definitely. Unfortunately, the Mages are being forced into a small room, which is just perfect for the Junkrat to lob grenades into. And honestly, Junkrat, very underrated pick on this King's Row here. There's so many small corners, so many good angles you can find to Junkrat, and you know, showing some level of power on this character.
Yeah, I mean, he got 2 there. Just go about the full. Lamb, however, forced early by Merchant. Apex goes take it down. Good sign from Mages. Trying to walk in for the hotel room, however, that's a Junkrat. You do not want to do that. Do not go to the hotel.
Yep, Apex got unawares there. Yep, window early to score, just surviving by a bit longer. Chicken trying to stay up. And the confidence of the Ghost goes to the remark. Looking at the Annihilation here, but taking out Rex, no, he's going to get taken out. No rush in there.
Oh my god, not a round.
Bruce on his up again. This is once again.
Pikachu's retired.
Yep, retired. gonna look for someone, gets stuck on the wall a little bit, and gets killed by Panda. Kitchen doesn't get much value out of it. Apex does the France here, but the beat coming up online soon for the majors as well.
Yeah, we're starting to see a lot of fireworks here. Joby gets taken out, he was at the beach! That's all we like to see, and now Panda gets taken out so well, there's the chicken down. Oh, good kill onto Lucio there again, and Nickel does get first go. If merchants can regroup, they can quickly fight this. 4v5.
Yeah, usually it's kind of fast, yep, but unfortunately this ultimate's coming out from the side of merchants. Huge pick there from Pikachu. I mean, Chubby just should have known that Pikachu was still in the hotel from where the Reptile was. But yeah, unfortunately gets caught unawares. Now it's going to be annihilation for annihilation. But of course, the cards a lot better at sustaining that ultimate versus the beat here. We'll see what Jake can do here with his annihilation.
Yeah, that's more early there. I think that was a stick by Mikkel. Really key good stick there. They can just wait that out by Magus and then can just run in.
Yep, Magus looking for the fight. Oh my goodness, he gets no way, the final fight is just in the fight. Gets out of annihilation form. The zoning is really good, but merchants aren't gonna fight much here. I can kind of feel it's like a classic blast from Pikachu, but unfortunately no one's able to capitalize on that fire. Chubby almost very close 40 HP.
Chubby, I don't care. After this game, buy a lottery ticket. You just I don't know how you landed. That was a roller coaster, both for us and for Chubby.
Yep.
Well, going back, just remind everybody, he's an Ajax connoisseur. However, that was no Ajax, that was all planned if you ask him.
That was close. So that's good.
Definitely, that was a key beat. He needed to land, give Mages a sustain, and now they cap. They can just release the momentum here. Red team's about to have window. Have a ghost go with the dude. Pikachu about to have the retire. Window here. Gets forces to make it split off. He's by himself there. Decides to run back. There goes the retire. Gets two.
You have to keep on his spots out there. Yep. Pikachu is cleaning up here.
Yeah.
Oh my god, the PM and stuff. But yeah, Immortality being forced out early. Yeah, Immortality being forced out early. Chicken, of course, split up from the team. Huge recognition there by the side of Pikachu to capitalize on that. And yeah, 2 minutes left here on the push here for Mages. See what they can do.
Yeah, if you're Mages playing this red team comp and affecting this point, it's not really nice there. Look at the damage. They're looking for a wall. They'll split the man down, but you see everyone's critical, everyone's so low. And when they just gets taken down, and Pikachu and Apex just getting picks here, and those go to finish off Chirpy. Yeah. Chicken is trying to survive, however, unable to. If you look at just from Chirpy's PV, it's just critical every time. He looks at his team.
Yeah. Once again, the Junkrat coming out, just so much spam damage coming through. Red can only do so much against Junkrat, of course, like he can only eat so much. So obviously other characters will be stronger here, but we'll need to see Mages use this to the advantage. It's a very key point in the team here. Yes, by himself here, but gonna be able to
wait, he's coming again? He just used it!
Spam damages, I swear.
Oh my god.
Dyson early pick up the Russo over there, and Mages forced to back off once again. Good wall to help them fight, but Merchants looking for, looking and prodding. Ooh, good take us down really low, but Smash stay alive. Chubby now taking control of this high ground, moving along, saying this is fine, right? I think Merchant just gets killed really early here. Caught out unawares in the front line, but Overclock comes out. It's not gonna find too much shift, and actually gets popped by China here, and in response the Widow comes out from support, but it's not able to keep Apex up. This comes out, and that should be all she wrote for the Merchants. Mages gonna clean up the fight here, but a lot of ultimates being invested here.
I love votes from both teams, in fact. Despite the fact the Mages were the one dominating, both Annihilations got popped there. Window by Ultimate is searching for someone. They think he's Scorcher. They can slow staggering. That's what they have to wait. Oh, nicely done. Oh, but they can't. You got kill now. Nice. It shows that the next fight will probably be a 4v5. Unless they want to wait for the whole team, then it'll be like a 1-fight territory. It gives them, yeah, essentially just like 1 fight for the second point here. Both teams investing so much. Both teams got so much fight. Merchant. If I'm chicken, will pay off there. They got touch point. They got touch point. They got touch point. They got touch point.
Oh my goodness. Mages unfortunately seen in the point, and Merchants They got their lucky stars there, a little bit confusing. They were all going so aggressive, but no one was left on the payload. But that was so uncanny to see the play of the game here coming from Pikachu. The tire, of course, massive here, finds 2. And just to clean up here, coming very cleanly. The flank angle is just so strong. And yeah, Merchants win the... Oh, everything's there. They managed to win the third map by a C9.
You know, you watch people C9, like the pro C9, and this is the feeling between watching someone C9 and casting someone C9. I had no idea where everyone was. I was just watching the bar, and it was just trickling down, and no one was touching it. I think Mages just tried to get aggressive there, push with the window. However, you gotta remember there's an objective. Getting kills is cool and all, but that's not how you win games. You win games by pushing the bot further, or you win games by escorting the payload further than, or like quicker than your opponent. In this case, they went for the full on. And
Yeah.
some of the momentum felt like onto Merchants. I mean, to be fair to Mages, Merchants are putting so much pressure. They're sort of forcing these mistakes by Mages.
Yeah, the chaos, they're getting sucked into the chaotic gameplay that the Merchants are offering. But of course, with that map win, Merchants move up to match point. Very dominant showing so far coming out of them, 3-0. And we're moving to our next map, which I believe is Push.
Yes, Esperanza or Coliseo. And look, if you're Merchants, I believe they have a 100% win rate on Coliseo. At least that's what I like to tell everyone. But either way, I'm not sure about how true that is. I think they've lost like once, but either way, they've been very, very dominant on Coliseo. Like, I don't know what it is about that map. It could be the playstyle. It could be the heroes they like to pick, like, such as the Farah. But they just like to play Coliseo, and they don't lose on that map.
Yep. And I think Mages are very well aware of this as well, so they're going to choose Esperanza here instead. Of course, this map wasn't in the map pool, I believe. Wait, was it?
No.
Coliseo and
it was New Queens in Coliseo.
Yeah. So Esperanza definitely going to be a different look here. Historically, a lot of teams prefer the dive here, a lot of Winston playstyles. So we'll see whether both teams will choose something similar to that. We don't really see a lot of ball on this map, as the health packs sort of in really difficult to reach positions, but of course the high ground is so dominant here, and it could be really, really good for the Mages to fight back here. It's a good map for them to start off and maybe try and fight back.
Definitely. Mages, I mean, you saw what they're comfortable on, especially for Jungle Town. They like the dive along with the on the break here. And the Esperanza, probably the best map out of all the push maps for that. Just allowing you to position yourself on the high ground, allow your monkey to jump in, take a lot of aggro, but also get healed by Diana there. And I guess it's Mikkel, as long as Mikkel and Panda can coordinate the dives on the Tracer and Winston there, it should be pretty good for Mages there. And if you're on the side of Merchants, I mean, it's sort of like more of the same. Just run what you've been doing. Mages haven't really found an answer for it, so just keep running, I guess, the Ball, Ana, not Ana, but Ball, Kiri, Moira dive sort of thing.
Yep, the onus is definitely on the Mages here to find that value, to find the picks. Unfortunately, Russo is showing a very strong performance, but not enough to carry them. We need to see a lot more. There's a bit of miscommunication here from the side of Mages here and there. So I like to see them, put what's the word? Seal themselves and come back stronger here, so we can have a good series on our hands.
If you're Mages, or if you're like Ghost Go or Pikachu, do you think Farah is better, or like Echo is good here?
I think Echo's not bad here on this map, actually. She offers a lot of control, a lot of space control. And, I mean, unfortunately, there's not as much high ground that you can defend from. Like, if you're trying to come back on the Echo and trying to fight back, it's a lot harder. Esperanza has a lot of very long sidelines, so the hit scan, the Sojourns are very strong on this map. The Tracers going around the angles are very strong. But we still might see it. Also has been doing really, really amazing stuff on the Echo so far. So, yeah.
Yeah, and do you think Pikachu, like, if they run like Farah Echo, do you suppose like Pikachu could go on the right side and Ghost Go could go on the left side?
Maybe. I have no clue what to expect from the Merchants in this map, and honestly, I'm not sure what to expect from the Mages as well. But I would like to definitely see some adjustments from the Mages. Like, I think they're not really answering it as well as they could be, and there's definitely some picks that they can definitely switch to, and I'm hoping to see that come out from them.
Yeah, I mean the subs as well. I think Mikkel is a sub, or is like a half sub, but Panda as well. Like Panda, he knows how to play the game, and like he's like trying to coordinate, but there's still like time for that synergy. Like obviously he's played with everyone in Mages before, but they got to like not rebuild, but sort of it's like riding a bike. You know, when you're used to riding a bike, you're pretty good at it. But once you're stopped for a while and then you gotta re-ride a bike, it's gonna take a while to set up. And I think that's what we're seeing now. Like Pandy, he's trying to run at people. He's trying to like organize dives and whatnot. But it doesn't feel like the rest of his team or like his backline, to be more specific, is with him.
Yeah, definitely. Esperanca, of course, honestly, like sort of like a throwback for the majors. I have fond memories. I'm not sure if they remember, but I think it was our last match of the season when I was still playing on the majors, and we were down 2-0, and we had like everyone's pretty down. Like they were having like a top fire in the tank playing for them, and we rallied together and we managed to bring back Esperanca of a lot of clutch plays. Of course, we lost the map after, but that map still holds very special memories for me because we managed to just take that map off of them, and we'll see whether they can pull out the same sort of miracle here.
Yeah, they're gonna do a lot of fighting. I think, but even in AoE, there may just have they've done not as good as they've expected, but traditionally for the push maps, they've done quite well. And what I mean by that is, I think a couple times majors will just lose the lead, or like they'll get a lead and then they'll lose the lead, and then by like the last minute or so, majors will just win a couple of team fights. And like the past couple, I think especially for last map, I saw probably like the craziest overtime where they almost managed to push from like 60 to 120. However, just unable to capitalize off it. But just the fact that they were able to like clutch up, and no matter how deficit like the lead is, they're able to sort of tap into like a second gear. Like in that game, I saw like I think Russo on Cass, he exploded, and we got to see that same explosiveness from him. Because he's hitting shots, but he's getting pressured a lot, and he's sort of got to try to help, stick with Chirpy and just hope that he helps peel off Jake's dive, and he's able to just hit shots on the DPS. Because the DPS right now is Pikachu and Ghost Goat, especially Ghost Goat, just constantly so much pressure. And Apex as well, and Scorch is following through on that. Because I feel like Apex and Scorch haven't really... I mean, Apex has probably died a lot more because he's less mobility. But Scorch feels like just running away for free. No one turning his attention on him.
Yeah, Jake has definitely been a bit of a menace on the backline there. Majors don't really have a lot of answers for him. And of course, they're just getting sucked into the chaotic play of the merchants. And sort of, they need to recompose themselves. They really need to at least find some answers here. Just switch things up at least. And, you know, maybe join the same chaotic play style, or I don't know, find something different. Because what's currently happening with them is not really working as well. Yeah. So I'm hoping to see some changes here for them.
I mean, I feel like it's a trap if they... I mean, yeah, they can try it, but at the same time, will they be as good as Merchants? Because Merchants, they've been practicing like Team Comp pretty much every map they scram. And for Majors, they haven't really been practicing that. They can try it, but I don't think it'll be as proficient as Merchants.
Yeah. Alright, let's see some things coming out early here. Let's see some interesting stuff.
I think the Boomers will stay, probably not the Corbs in the fashion.
No, I think the best will stay, for sure.
You think so?
Yeah.
That's a pretty good skin though. That's a 10 out of 10.
Yeah, it's a great skin. And I mean, if they know Panda, they know he would probably like to run the Winston on this map, and Bastion is just so annoying.
Okay.
How many times this map I've been running Winston and the team immediately switches to Bastion? I've lost count at this point. It always happens. And yeah, Bastion actually a really, really underrated pick on this map because there's just so many angles you can just poke your head out of and it just applies so much pressure. But Jake already early here setting up on the backline.
Really, Brooks plus has the fade, but chicken, now turning attention onto leave that Pickle on the summer here. And then live hacks onto Jake, nice hack, gets slow, will he die? No, with the pop by just Ryan takes a score, goes looking for someone, Pikachu flanking around, goes for somebody. I don't know what the ability is called, I guess hack box by Pickle. Now pressuring Pikachu low. However, it manages to live, Pikachu by Scorch, and no, Pikachu manages to live.
The trades coming out from both sides. Yeah, Merchants lost Green in that fight as well, and they just actually managed to come out on top here. Yeah, Pikachu gets 2, but you know the supports of Major still alive. They just gonna push the tail a bit more here now, but I think they're gonna come back a lot slower. The control Merchants of course very hyper mobile. Chirpy needs to go back and just they're just gonna give up the point here. 20 minute push here, but Merchants get control once again, and now begin their own push.
Yeah, the Bastion, I mean, it does have 70% overcharge over Bristow, but that pulse here, major, his both support's low. Now, we're fade by the chicken. Now it just goes, forces the center, Chirpy gets Chirpy, kind of the dive. doesn't quite get anyone there, and Apex able to live and just gets chicken, Nickel there down. Kinda just get scorched though. Trying to find out, he kinda gets two. If you can live and come back, Apex is also low there. Might also die there. Decides not to. Ristos there as well. They can still fight this and they can still win this.
Yeah, they use the passive here, but Trippy comes back in time to heal it. Merchants take the lead here. And Trippy is taken out really low and gets killed by Jake. The slam once again, Trippy out of position. And Panda gets a kill and is forced to use his pyro but survives. Now Pikachu on point pot alone and gonna be clean up here for mages. They take out off the fight of those. Jake is still in the backline. Harassic finds Russo for his troubles.
Did he live? No way. Yeah, no.
Contact with a hack.
Oh yeah, there you go.
But yeah, unfortunately there's not really much way out here and Pikachu coming out on the Pharah now.
But if you're major side, there's a pretty good constellation. You have the EMP, you have both the portals. Granted, merchants have the same, but the EMP is the massive fight. You gotta keep your eyes on Mikkel if you're major there.
Definitely. Pikachu of course bringing out his signature Pharah here, but once again, not much healing come up from the merchants to help him. But pause available, Apex puts the course is only gonna go for it, but most of the just running up Pikachu, but kinda gets fouled in response. Trophy comes out with a beat, but a bit too late, and now Mages is so struggling here, not a lot of healing. Chicken went too far deep in the back by Mikkel, just gets taken off by Ghost Go. Apex finds Trophy, and gonna be all she wrote. Chicken still going with some final kills, but yep. Managed to push, gets the lead, but Merchant's gonna swap back, flip that round quite easily and probably can take the lead from themselves here instead of on the high ground.
If you're McChicken, you got your one. That's all you care about. But you gotta look at the EMP there by Mikkel. Opposite not user. I don't think he was surfing the right position. Usually you see the EMP first, followed by the ult surf. So I think whenever any ults here, looks for the EMP, he's looking for it. Will he use it? He's still siding, he's waiting a bit too long, turn it down. And then Kirby down as well. Good stick. Nice. Gets Ghost Go. Both supports on Merchant's low. They still trying this. You're not right. Pikachu just following up. Got the kill. Now McChicken also stacking himself. So it's like Pikachu with a 3k there. And Mikkel has got to pull his trigger on his EMP there. He's been holding onto this for way too long. He's just waiting for the right opportunity. It just feels like he's just got to use it.
Yeah, I think he's just really scared of mines. Normally mines historically, the counters are really good at both EMP and Coalescence. The Coalescence down, you don't want Jake to get that much value on these mines, so he's actually landing really well all series. But yeah, Merchants managed to get the checkpoint here and unlocks the 4 spawn for them. But yeah, unfortunately they're not.
EMP gets through.
Yep, nice. Finds Ghost really early, the virus kills him, and Ghost gets caught as well on the ground floor. Heck comes out onto the ball and can find him. Panda diving onto the Pharah, taking out quite low stack.
Nice.
Nope, Mikkel got the kill instead. But yeah, good diving for the Mages, good EMP that time. He heard you, he managed to use it, and trigger was pulled.
Tried to use it and they won the fight.
Yep. Pikachu unfortunately not going to get the forward spawn here, so Merchant's going to be a member down here early. Jake taken out quite low, but Russo down by low, killed by the right click of low Apex. Jake managed to pop the adaptive shield in time to save himself, and now Mages actually on the back foot here.
Yeah, they went for an aggro attempt on trying to kill the Jake there, however he lives and his team was there to help him. Every third does his call with the picture overhead, has no fade, gets taken down by Panda.
Taken off. Yep. Panda finds in and now once again Fight's gonna put over to the Mages. Scorch, no other healer inside and no one to TP to. Alright, let's see someone already and yeah. Mages get Primal just to kill him.
Pikachu with the barrage and Panda responds with Primal. I mean, if you're Pikachu, you take that. Primal is probably a much more valuable than barrage. Pikachu. He's playing Nuzlocke pretty well there.
Yeah, Nuzlocke, yeah, exactly. He's actually showing up so many. I think there's at least like 8 different characters that he's picked so far, more than anyone else in this match so far. And yeah, now we see some pulse coming up from Bruce. Huge good stick on the Echo. He was not able to get his time. Bruce gets to get down. And now Mages with the sustain through the spike. Chicken has a good angle here, trying to keep Panda up. The mines comes out from Jake. Sort of quite low longer. They still haven't unlocked the checkpoint yet. Chubby has to be available for him. Mikkel managed to find Scott in the backline. And that should be all she roll for Merchants. Merchants wants to back off it. Moodles, sorry, Mage. Oh my god. Same Moodles, Mages.
No. Could do it.
Yeah,
good down. They do get the advantage. It's such a good kill by Russo. Really good stick. Ghost Go, he has a move there. Oh, and the Mages they take the lead. He saw Jake try to pass last second. And now Mages seen it. They've got what they came here for. They got the lead, and now they're gonna back out here. Russo is still behind.
Yeah, Russo's great.
Yeah, but
still in the backline, but still trying to find here. Heck, shot from Ghost. That comes in. Managed to get a Nickel. Actually doing so much work on the Sombra right now and managed to find the Echo once again. Ghost. Nice duplicate, not able to use it. I think 2 points Russo in the back of the nice headshot. And also can stick it down. It's 3 for 3. Mages might well extend it here. Yep. Trappy finds a kill on Apex, but Apex finds a kill back up middle. Just both supports here. Left alive for the side of Mages, and I think that we can call a reset here. Yep, Chicken just falls to the point.
Yeah, really good by Panda. I don't know if he intended, but if he used bubble there, he completely blocked off any sound line for Ghost to use dupe there, so was unable to use dupe, unable to dupe anyone there. He gets taken down.
Yep, definitely. But yeah, Mages unfortunately overextended a little bit and they lost their advantage here.
But a little bit cold, yeah, being paid. That's good.
Again, Mikkel really doing so much work on this soft part. Ghost is left wondering what to do here on his Echo. It's not as dominant as we've seen before. Gets picked out by Pikachu, but Chicken finds Jake for his troubles. And now Mage's back in control again. Russo taken down quite low. Panda looking at dive on immobile Ash. Pikachu, oh my god, I thought he missed the health back, but he managed to get it. But yeah, the backline also getting cleaned up by Russo and Chicken. And yeah, Mage's in control once again.
Really good aim pay there by Mikkel. I mean, if you got one, you might not think that's a lot, but if you got the ball, as long as they kill the ball, that's worth it. Take that any day of the week. Merchants, they will watch us. 5 balls at hand. Pick your poison, you can play just which one do you want to use? Let's play 4-5. Good stick!
Huge stick, but on his carry so this is pretty on PP. Goes something duplicate onto Tracer. Gonna go house book here, 6 double ball, and Mages actually has a good dive on the backline. Merchants being forced to use pretty much all their outs here. They are slowly crawling back the fight. Boots coming out, Jake's getting the kills, but unfortunately, yeah, Mages aren't able to capitalize on that. But you know, force out every single out there. Merchants is good for the mind, which is huge for them.
Talking about the war chest, I mean, he's only got a single key, I suppose, from the war chest. And then the mines there, you take that any day. Use Primal, I mean, use Pulse. I mean, your Pulse stick was massive because it forced out, presumably, this TP or the Suzu or both, and that let Apex, I think it was, died, or Squash there was, died there. When Chicken though is dead onto the Sombra, Big 2 looks at Mikkel and says, I'll do one better. Good serve. Hey, well, both Sombra's getting both respective flavors down.
Yep, dives coming in from both sides. Of course, we see the soft coming out. Maruso gets taken out quite low. Panda finds.
They got the lead there!
Yes, they did get the lead! Oh my goodness, 0.1 meters. Oh, they're pushing a bit further. It was close there, but again, 0.1 meters. Pikachu finds the kill on the Chirpy, and huge play. The dive coming out faster for the Merchants and managed to find the kills quicker onto the Mages. And yeah, unfortunately, Chicken taken down with the Koya since the Mages outside there.
Yeah, both spoilers from Mages. They can win the fight, but that lead massive, especially now it's 30 seconds. Hack onto the Scorch, they picked off there, each will. Nicely done. Now, we're taking 30 attention onto the rest of the Merchants. Looks like they're backing out there. Good decision by Merchants. There's no one thing to die and play anymore. Good. Pulse gets fixed so low in Apex. Can they follow up the kills? Looks like they can't. That's massive. If they don't kill there, therefore they can just come back and give Apex that ult charge.
They didn't overextend there, and I think they were just worried, they were just worried about overextending the Pikachu, getting caught out in the middle.
Maybe it's bait. If Pikachu knows this,
yeah, we'll see.
Look at it.
Yep, we'll see. Chirpy gets cut out so low. He needs to beat early. Oh, he's still alive. Okay, he survived. I was trying to say he needs to survive for the beat. Yeah, and Russo. Yeah, Pikachu gets taken out by Russo. Less risk of an Ajax now, but yep, Scorch. Russo going over this Tracer. Yep, Russo just taken down all members of the Merchants running rampant. Ghost unfortunately unable to compete with him, but Mages still has a bit more distance to cover before they can capture a point. Jake needs to survive it. Oh my goodness, he's still alive. He gets the E off. Oh my goodness, he's alive.
He has mine.
He needs to touch Pikachu onto the point. He finds Chicken. Mikkel takes out a bit. Mikkel has the EMP. The Pikachu against the mines here. Gets the E out. And up by Pikachu. No, check the EMP. Guys, we take it down. Jake comes out, goes for finds 2 kills. And now Jake with the mines is going out of the point. Panda forces the Primal just stall a bit longer. But Jake needs to come back fast and help the Mages win this. A lot of outside the time, Mages unused, but the point is being taken away. Oh my goodness, only gets stolen. Panda comes back in time. They're taking out really low though, but it's not gonna do much. And Chirpy, one real touch, and the Merchants win the series 4-0.
That was dominated by Merchants, but that last map could have definitely gone either way. In fact, if you made, I do wish you'd played that back. Definitely winnable. Chirpy had bait there. I think Rizzo had got him on a post there. think they just took their time there. Definitely, I think they gave Merchants opportunity there. I'm gonna say right here, my MVP is Jake.
Yeah,
The fact
Jake,
that he lived twice,
that
he
last
managed to
fight
live.
was insane that he managed to survive there. And, I mean, you talk about the alt trash, but of course, just making sure that the ball can come back on point and just contest it. It's just such a big boon that you can have instead of forcing all of your other characters. Yeah, it's a miracle that he managed to get out there. But yeah, unfortunately, for us, 4-0 to the Merchants. Very close last map. Could have really, really just gone either way.
Definitely. I mean, not just that. I feel like overall in old maps generally, I think Jake, he's not going to be the flashiest, but he does help set up a lot of the success for merchants there. And he definitely showed up that the fact that he lived not only in the last one, but also the previous fight where I think he got post and he got that taken down so low along with Apex. However, they both managed to live and they both managed to fight again. Really massive in the mines, just constantly. It felt like every mines Jake had was just getting so much value.
Yep, definitely. Jake. You know what? I'll also give him an MVP. He's really impressing on the ball on a character that a lot of people have historically rated so low. And I mean, you do see him pro play from time to time, but it's very, very niche pick here and there. He is shown to be really strong on the ball and pulling out very clutch wins and very clutch zoning mines for the side of merchants.
Yeah, him along with the rest of the team, they just look so strong there. Very clutch, I'd say. Across all
Yeah,
maps
very
as well.
impressive showing.
Yeah,
Yep.
and now do we want to do an interview?
Definitely. Um, can we send it to a break first? Yeah, let's send it to a break first,
Okay,
and
we're doing a break and
we'll
then an
come back
interview.
and we'll let you know. We'll let you know if we do an interview. Yeah.
Come on, sailors, hear my music, echoing through sea and cold. Bring your holy to my.
All right, we are back here with Jake, my MVP. I was going to say, how the heck did you live that last fight? And the previous one before that.
It was crazy. The most recent one on Esperanza, I got down to I think 14 health, but I just had to outrun the Sombra.
They were counting you. I mean, you were doing a lot, to be fair, to women that all that
I just
pressure.
had to live. Ghost was going crazy. Yeah, and I guess Pikachu was present.
Yeah,
it was
definitely.
well.
And
Yeah.
just want your thoughts as a ball main, like the changes that came in this season. What do you think of it? And do you think it's affected your gameplay at all? Or anything?
I'm using the new grapple thing a lot. I mean, I never use shields. I use them very selfishly. But
I think it's the general consensus, right, with most of the players, like the higher level ball players.
I'm looking forward to the mid-season patch. They're giving him like the Ryan treatment where he's just getting stat buffs, so it should be epic.
Yeah, definitely. And of course, you've been a player for Monash for quite a while, and this is the first season you've sort of been with like a brand new team of a bunch of new faces. How do you think the team has come so far?
The team's gone like really good. Like I think in AOL we lost the first one, but then we just kind of got better, and then we never lost again. I think we got like 1-3-1, but we won 3-0 pretty much every time. So it's been really good.
Nice, awesome. And Student, anything else to ask?
Yeah, the enemy team did really well. Like I know they haven't played together very much because Panda's like a sub.
Yeah.
But even that's why I couldn't really play things like Ram or stuff because Panda was just you can't play against Panda when you're like Ram mirroring. So I had to play my niche pick to be able to kind of keep up with them. But they did really well. But I think we just had the coordination.
Really great sportsmanship there. I mean, it felt like you knew who the enemy target number one was, and I was really sorry.
Yeah.
It felt like constantly looking at his POV, you were just constantly just on him. I remember the Kings were, I think, when you guys were attacking, and he was on cast, and he was just, I think, standing behind the light post, just trying to survive.
Yeah, I couldn't leave him because then it would just kill the team. So I had to. That's why I like instantly went up the stairs and like slammed him on cooldown. So just to distract him enough.
Was that like the general consensus? Hey, we know that's their star player. I'm just gonna put as much pressure onto him as possible.
It was either Russo or the Lucio that I would go for because Lucio is a bit more of a diveable target. But it was either kill the Lucio or just distract Russo. Like that was the best value I could get.
Definitely, the team is definitely going along from a long way. And do you just want to ask, now that you've beaten Majors 4-0, did you think do you think the score would be 4-0?
No, I remember I spectated I think, was it the most recent AOL game that you did something for, I thought. But I watched that, and they did like really well. It was Hollywood, no it wasn't, it was Route 66. The Route 66 went crazy. The callouts are really good, but I think that's just in part of Joker not being there that it couldn't be to that level. But I knew it wasn't going to be as easy as last time, especially with 6 gun.
Yeah, especially, I mean, missing that star player, but Pikachu, like, I called it, you lose that star player in 6, like, he's a carry, but then you gain Pikachu, which essentially is a Pandora's box, You open it, and then what are you going to get?
Yeah, it was like, he would get, like, the most kills, but, like, triple everyone's death, so it was like, it's very all over the place, but he popped off a few times, though. No, he did pretty well.
Alright, finally, last question. Do you want to give a shout out to anyone in the chat? Any fans?
Any shout out to Frosty Cookie if he's there. I don't know if he's still watching, but he was in my old team. Yeah.
Yeah.
Shout out to Acker as well. I know he hasn't been able to play, but Acker's my goat.
Now, I do have one final question, and that, Jake, now that you've beaten Majors, your next opponent will be your Modals. What are your thoughts, given that, obviously, the reason why we set you guys versus Majors is because you're both relatively the same skill level, and that Modals, hypothetically or theoretically, should be like a much higher skill level than you two. And so going to presumably a tough opponent in general to go better every opponent that you faced, what are your thoughts, and do you have anything to say to Modals?
Moodles obviously will be very difficult to beat. I can't remember what their full roster is, but I know that even we'll have our go-tos, like we'll have Colosseo. I think we still should be able to take that, but it'll definitely be a lot more around like how much value my ball can get. Whereas I don't want to switch. If I switch, I feel like I'm at a disadvantage to Panda, but I'll do what I have to. But yeah, it'll be tough.
Follow up on that. What do you think the map score on? Yeah, the map score will be.
Best of 7 again, right? I mean, the optimist in me wants to say it will be like a 4-3 either way, like to really make it climactic. But I am worried about a bit of a sweep. But I'll try my best and we'll do what we can.
Yeah, humble words coming out from you, Jake. You played amazing today.
Thank you.
Thank you for coming to this interview. And yeah, that'll be
Thank
the
you.
end of our stream, Steven, unless you have anything else you want to do. Oh, he's just gone.
Nah, that's it. I mean, we'll definitely do more. I mean, we're doing another show match sometime next week. Look out for that. Monash Majors. Off the back
Monash
of following
Majors.
majors, will now face Moodles.
Mhm.
And what do you think will happen there?
And yeah, I think it'll be a very interesting matchup depending on who's available. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. But yeah, definitely a big shout out once again to our production team, our production person, for doing everything for us. And thank you for coming by, to our lovely people in the chat for supporting. And it makes us very happy to see you guys participating in the chat and watching us.
Oh yeah, one more
Watching us
person.
do like a bit of stuff.
I also want to shout out to everyone on Merchants as well. Even those that couldn't make it, you got 6. You also have Sticky, and you got Sarah as well, who all played for Merchants and made the team what it is.
Yep.
But yeah,
Awesome.
shout out to everyone in general, and we'll see you next time for our next show match.
All right. If that's it, then yeah, see you guys around. We'll be back for Merchants versus Bulls round 2, or not round 2, but
Wait, round one,
round 2 of the Monash show matches.
Yeah, definitely.
All right. Bye-bye.
Bye. See you there.